Hey, welcome back to Bitcoin Casting. All right. Let's see. We are currently at 106,337 on this glorious day of the Lord, 5/29/2025. It is now 2:17 in the afternoon here in the Bay Area. Paris time is 11:17 p.m. Beijing and Tokyo are beginning to wake up and stir. Beijing at 5:17, Tokyo at 6:17. It is now 5:17 p.m. in New York, and London is holding steady at 10:17. And Bitcoin is on the rise after a pretty good chop to it this morning. This afternoon, we're getting a comeback. And while everybody else was selling off their Bitcoin, I was picking them up here and there. So if you're selling your Bitcoins, thank you. Go to a 3-day model. Let me give this a little more. There we go. I can go with this for you too. That one's pretty good. Hey, you guys. Thanks for joining me. If you got any questions, throw it in the chat. I will periodically check the camera to see if there's anything posted. Bitcoin is currently on the rise since 1345 hours. Turn this down. And we've got a gain of almost 400 points. Nope, we're looking at 400 plus points now. Focus this for you. If I pull back on this bigger screen here to a 24 hours, you can see that big drop that we had. I was real happy when I went to bed this morning. I was watching a rise, and I went to bed like right about here. And then after I fell asleep, it went bloop. And I woke up this morning, and it had gone all the way bloop down to here. So, well, actually, no, I take that back. It was right here. So I went ahead and bought some more, and then it dropped a little bit lower. So I bought some more. So while everybody else is selling off their Bitcoin, I'm picking up the crumbs here and there. At some point, it's going to stop going down, and I'm going to have a good price point, and it's going to start going up. And when that happens, I'm going to start getting me a new pair of shoes. I'm going to have pizza for lunch. The show is kind of dedicated to what I'm doing for me. This is for entertainment purposes only, and you can do with you what you want with the information that I share. It is 100% real. What I'm telling you, the information has been verified and looked up. If I'm sharing it, It is verified, can be verified on Google or wherever your peer-reviewed material is. I got bananaed from the old TikToker for 3 days because I was doing this on there. They didn't like something, and so when I go back to TikTok, and if I go back to TikTok, and I prefer YouTube, it's just haven't been active in a while and am a little out of practice. Activism, baby, that's what I used to do. Lots of it. All right, so let's bring the big screen in a little closer to the 12 hours. That gives a little better view of where we're at now. And of course, I'm watching the 1 hour box here. You're only catching the last part of it. Multiple screens going here, so I can see multiple time frames of what's going on with the SMA and the EMA. They'd be the red and blue lines. They're help predict where your price point line is going to go. I'm going to do that. You're going to need to have a different view. Sorry. I know it's a little archaic. My kickstand here is a little broken and wonky, so I need new gear to try to level it out for you. There, how's that? Somebody was complaining. It's crooked. All right, fine. I'll fix that. Let's drop down into the 1 hour box here. There we go. That's a little better. We're on a short drop here, or a quick drop. Let's see how bad this is going to be. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the SMA and the EMA, the predictory lines on where this is going to go. So the EMA is the red line. It's dropping down. It's one of the reasons why we're going down. Also, the blue one isn't really fighting to go up. This is a long-term predictory line for where the market wants to go. Day traders will be reflecting more on this line. Long-term traders will be focusing more on this line. However, I like to look at both of them because they work together. And because I want to know how bad this is going to be, I'm going to drop out to the 3 hour marker. See where we were over here and how much this comes down in comparison, because if it drops low enough or below the previous point way down here, that could be another good time to make a purchase, because this bottom marker here, or the bottom of the graph, is 105,648. It'd have to drop considerably below that. I'm sorry, but not 106, 105. Well, if it drops down to 105,500, I'll buy some more. But I don't think it's going to do that. The reason I say that is it's kind of late in the day. Beijing and Tokyo is about to wake up, so this could be problematic sometimes people on the other side of the globe, they don't want to see Bitcoin go up. They like seeing it go down. Yeah. He's satisfied. Huh. Hey. Yeah, Freddie Mercury in the house. Bitcoin's dropping again. Might be time to make another purchase. No, it's a little early for that. Ha! Yeah! Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen. Uh-huh. All right, I'm done looking at this screen. I'll go ahead and flip the other monitor back up. Put this over here so I can switch the angle. You guys can go back to seeing what I'm seeing on this monitor. All right. Bam. There we go. How many monitors do you have? 3, actually. Only one that works. No, I'm kidding. They all work. You got to keep some of the information private. Don't need you seeing stuff over here. Actually, I'll probably give you a little more view here. That's more or less what I'm looking at. I got multiple monitors out here for my viewing pleasure. That way I can always see what's going to happen. And we've got the clock over here. On this side, I've got all my Tokyo times and stuff so I can see when business is going to happen worldwide. And it's currently 2:31 in the afternoon, if you can't see that. Here in the San Francisco, Oakland Bay area. Tokyo is 6:31 in the morning. They're getting ready to start doing business. Let's give you a better look at the map here, what we're going on. That's the 12-hour view. Let's bring this down to the 3 hours. So we hit kind of a bottom right here between 12:15 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we started a good climb going, and that ended about, I'd say about 5 minutes ago. Dropped, what is that, about 500 points-ish. And now it's starting to roll on out. Hopefully this will be a short lull and it'll continue climbing. Looking at my 12-hour map, it's a very sad map. And this one's even sadder. On this one here, I'm not sure why this is from the Bollinger lines, and it's got this spread coming down right here, like it's right in the target area where it's supposed to be. You know, a lot of times you'll see that spread going up this way on a graph. That's your predictory angles for where your target should be for your stock. When it goes from here to there, you'll measure it after a year's time or 5 or 10 years, and you'll see if it's matching where it should be to be a successful business on target. So this, again, the Bollinger, what's it called here? Other mouse. Come on. Get a quick refresh. When you change up the graph options, and it's not the Bollinger Bands, it's the Dawn Chain channel. When I click this box here, all that stuff disappears. So those are some of the things that I use as tools to help recognize where things are coming from and where they're going, so that I can make the most accurate predictions for my own personal investments. I don't let anybody else do it for me. It's too easy to do it myself. You know, why pay somebody to give them a piece of your pie when, you know, trading used to be so much more complicated. And, you know, the tools that I'm looking at right here in front of me were not available to the common person. Trading Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, is so easy that as a novice myself, I can truly say that I will continue doing this. It's an up and down ride, but, you know, that's gambling. And this is playing with the big boys. You know what I mean? Trading Bitcoin or any kind of stock is definitely sitting at the big boy table. Now, you can sit at the big boy table and have $5 in your pocket. You're really not going to be able to do much with it, but at least you're sitting at the big boy table, right? 2 packs a day. All right, so that's a 7-day look. And as you can see, these big drops here coming off our record high. It says 111,705. I know it was slightly higher. I believe it was exactly 111,999 when it dropped, because I was sitting here watching it. And I thought it was going to break 12. Oh, and it popped right there at 999. It really made me sad. So let's move the big screen graph back down to our 1 hour view and see where we're going with this little hoopty we got. If the EMA continues pushing this way and can get the SMA, the blue line, to turn upwards, again, these are both predictory lines for what the market wants to do. The red one for more is they're both dynamic. The red one is more for now, and then the blue one is for long-term investments. And you got to open up your mind to be able to see how it would work. And you use your 30-day graph, your 3-month graph, your 6-month graph, you know, and then besides day trading, you can also stake something and put your money in, hold it in there for a year, pull it out after 365 days or leave it in. But after 365 days, you're considered staked and you will get some sort of a kickback. It's my understanding from that. I have not been staked myself for a year in anything. This is all new to me. Anyway, falling back out of the 6-month graph down to the 3-month, you look at all your graphs, it helps determine, helps me determine anyway, whether I want to invest now, a lot, a little, or not at all. For me, I'm a gambler, so I put my money in the pot. We going to Vegas, baby. Dropping farther down to the 30-day mark, I'm looking at the SMA and the EMA to see what their angles are. And obviously we're pointed down now. And that can be a good thing because for everybody out there that's selling, I'm buying. I'll take a little piece here and there, and every time it drops, I'll take another piece. So if you're selling, thank you, because you made my price point drop as well. Because every time you sell, I buy, it brings my price point down, keeping it close to where it is, so that as soon as it starts going back up, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. Right? How's that song go? What's the Trump song go? Money, 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 money. Yeah. So as I continue dropping down out of the longer history, you get to the 12-hour, it starts to look good. You've got this really long drop all morning long, and now a climb is starting. Me, if I hadn't been paying attention, I would think that now's the time. And even if I hadn't been paying attention, I would think now's the time. If you're gonna play, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. So I'm playing. Are you playing? Again, for those of you that are new, while everybody else was selling, I was buying. Nickels and dimes here and there. As it drops, that brings my average down. As the average or the price point falls, my price point falls. So when it starts climbing again and goes back over my price point that's been falling at the same rate, slightly above the current price point, when it starts going up, my price point or my profits will start going up. So that's the trick that I was taught for staying in the game and having a good return. Is you never put it all in. You keep some in reserve in case it drops, and that way when it does drop, you put some in, you whittle down on your price point. And I've actually been practicing this for a little while, and it does work. So my price point's slightly above the current price point, and if it climbs much higher, I'm making money. Which is really cool to take information that somebody told me and put it into practice, especially in a high stakes game like this. And I'm really excited to see the price come down because if it goes lower, I'll buy more. It's just that simple. So, and by the way, if you're taking my advice and using it, and it works for you, you're welcome. And I'm glad I could share. And if it doesn't work for you, you did something wrong. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to drop from the 12-hour map down to the 3-hour map. And this is the far left side here is dropping down out of that crisis this morning. Just sell. So now it's buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And we're back up to 106, 335. And the screen's going nuts. Oh, look, Christmas tree. I always like it when the screen lights up like a Christmas tree. I used to not like it when it would start flashing, and all of a sudden the graph would drop, and then it would drop, and then drop again, and I'm like, oh shit. It actually makes me smile now because when the price point goes down, that means I can buy in a little more at a lower price point. Once again, I keep regurgitating this because it's very important to know how the information that I got from a professional is working for me. I'm playing with nickels and dimes, not hundreds and millions. But if it keeps you in the game and when it starts going back up, I'm going to have millions. That's for sure. I got nowhere near 1 Bitcoin, but the goal is to get 1 Bitcoin. And then if everybody keeps selling, it's going to make it possible for me to own 2 Bitcoins or 3. Well, if I can get 1 Bitcoin, I can get 100 of them. By the way, I do take donations. Anybody out there want to donate a Bitcoin since you're throwing them away? Oh, sorry, I just checked the chat. Hey, Bruno Lima, hello. Mateen, I am trading Bitcoin, Ethereum. What else was there? The pink pony one. What's that called? That is Uniswap, Polkadot, Solana. So those are the ones I'm trading. Is Bitcoin, Tether, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, and Uniswap. You see, I'm looking at the 3-hour grid there. We'll just drop this down to the 1 hour. There's that last little hippity hop we had, and here's the bottom on the far left. Actually, that's not the bottom. There is a lower point, but I like to keep an eye on the 1 hour view because it gives me a really good view of the SMA and the EMA. The SMA and the EMA, respectively, are the blue line and the red line. The SMA is the simple moving average. And damn it, Jim, you forgot it again. It's your come on, man. Brain damage. Exponential. Thank you. It's a math question. Yes, math. It's an exponential moving average. And I explained this on TikTok yesterday, reading it right off of Google, and TikTok kicked me off for they said it was fraud. I was like, I'm reading the shit off of Google. How can it be fraud? Peer reviewed. So yeah, TikTok's a little you know, I mean, it can be fun, but it can also be tedious working with TikTok. I really do like YouTube, but I've never really gotten into monetization on YouTube. I've got a whole bunch of videos. I've done a lot of journalism and activism. A lot of that's in the YouTube archives. Feel free to check it out anytime. And we've been rolling this live for 29 minutes. I might go for another minute. I might go for another half an hour. Not quite sure yet. I like to take a break every once in a while. You keep those long recordings 4 or 5 hours, and nobody really wants to look through 4 or 5 hours. I certainly don't want to look through 4 or 5 hours to find one clip. It was the cool part. And it can take that. You can, you know, film for hours and you won't get anything, and then you get something, and you got to have the camera rolling to catch it. You get something that's good, and that's what makes it up and gets you viral. So, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I certainly could care less about going viral. What I do care about is putting some shoes on my feet and coffee in my belly. And it looks like we're going to go through another roller here. It's getting kind of aggravating, but every time it drops 1,000 points again, for the new viewers, I'll buy some more, because instead of selling mine off and losing profits, I'm just going to keep buying it, wait till it gets to a new low, and when it starts going up, I'm going to start making money almost right away. Yeah, false alarm. I think we'll continue getting some gains here. Probably till, let's see, get to the rollers. Probably till about 4:45 or so. It is a weekday. What day of the week is it? It's a Thursday. Okay. And it's a Thursday now for us here in the United States. In the afternoon hours here at the Bay Area. Hawaii, I believe they just hit, they're coming up on the 1 o'clock hour, since we're almost at 3. I believe they're 2 hours ahead of us. Tokyo, though, they are at 6:48 in the morning. They're going to get up and start hammering away at their Bitcoin. And Beijing, they're going to do the same thing an hour later. It's 5:49 in Beijing. Oh, Martha Quinn. That's funny. Trying to fix the camera. I know it's, oh, come on. Yeah, I got a broken leg. Oh, no, it's wobbly. Sorry. Something different. Ah. All right. It's in my way. I can't use my mouse when the dang thing's sitting here like this, but I'm trying to share with you guys what I got going on. So. There, can you see it? Let's focus up there. There we go. And I don't know about you guys, but right here, where my time is, I've got the other countries, specific locations around the world where it's important to know when they start doing business, and you'll see it reflect up in the graph. You'll know the minute Beijing comes online. I guarantee you, the other day when Beijing came online and I saw the stock drop, I was like, what the hell's going on? And my friend's like, look at your world map. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, who just started doing business? And I was like, oh. So China started dumping the Bitcoin. I don't know what they were doing, but it drove the price down real fast. I mean, who else am I going to blame? It correlated perfectly with the timing. Then again, maybe it was an inside job. I've heard that before. Oh. So with a slow climb, very, very slow climb out of the trenches, we've gotten back to 106, 300, 299, 300. It's funny. It's I get all excited when I start seeing that turn at the bottom of the curve and a rise starting. And, you know, I mean, who wouldn't? You about to start making some money. But after doing this for literally about a week straight, just because I wanted to get really into it. No, I take that back. It's more like 2 weeks straight. But I haven't been broadcasting except for the last 3 days. And TikTok kicked me off. They didn't like me sharing the information on how to beat the system, even when it's fighting as hard as it can against you. And I don't know how many times I can say it. When stock drops, don't sell, buy. If it's more, it's actually a real professional stock trader told me. He said, you know, a lot of people don't understand when there's a panic going on, or even a little bit of a drop, you know, a little bit, if there's a lot of a drop in a stock, buy it, buy more of it. He goes, he said that every time he'd see a stock dropping like a rock, he'd start buying it, and he would buy just a little bit, and then when it got to a bottom point, he would buy a bunch of it. And that was his trick. And I was like, can't really do that. I don't have a lot of money. And he's like, you can do it with the $5. You buy stock, $5 worth. That's all you need. And then, when it hits the bottom, you're like, oh, that's the spot. You dump in more, considerably more if you want. Or, you know, I mean, if you go 1-to-1, you're going to even out your numbers and you're going to start making money slowly but surely. The more you put in, the more you make. So it's a game you got to play, and you also got to make sure that you don't shoot yourself in the foot, you know. So let's move out to a wider view so we can see what little progress we're making. If I can get a refresh, please. So here's the 3 hour. Let's go to the starting up here. Woohoo! I went to sleep right there. Literally, I was like, all right, it's climbing. It was 4:25 in the morning. And, you know, I saw it start to fall. I figured, you know, it was going to do some bouncing and probably stay around the 108 area code, and then maybe even go up into the 109. I could wake up sometime today and, you know, deal with it then. Now I wake up and, yeah, I got to deal with it all right. We have a current low of 105,721 with a rise going on now of up to 106,312. And again, for those of you new joining, I was buying this morning, or this late morning. I was right at noonish. It had a little bounce there at the bottom, and I was like, oh, that must be the bottom. I'm going to buy some more. So then it started rising, and then it did another little bounce, drop down, and now it's rising again. So since I bought when it was really low, below where it is now, I dropped my average, and so I should be making money pretty soon. And if it drops again, I'll buy some more. You want to keep a little in your reserve funds, so that when it does drop, you can keep up with the drop. This is, again, a trick that a professional stock trader told me. So I'm just trying to share the information with you. Do with it what you want. And right now, I'm gonna turn up the radio and listen to a little Police. Oh, that's not the Police. That's the Rolling Stones. I'm thinking it's lunchtime, but it's well past lunchtime. What do we have to eat? Are you not entertained? Oh boy. Let me change your map so you can see what I'm seeing. Woo, look at that. Quick shoot. That went from 106,300 to 106,450, just like that. Boop, boop, boop. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to have to start monitoring the assets page, which means you're going to have to look at something else. Because I'm not letting you look at my assets page. But nobody move. Touch that dial. I'm just changing the camera position because I need to look at my assets real quick and see where we're at. Do some quick calculations all up in my dome. But that's a good sign right there. I like seeing a quick jump. Bring you out to the 12 hours. As you can see, we hit the bottom coming down, and it's been a slow climb. Coming back in on the 3 hours. Yeah, I can give you a little better view of it. It's the best I can do. I got a broken stand here. There we go. That's what I like to see. These working together, the SMA and the MA, we want them pointed that way, together in unison. But this little kink here means this is probably going to curve a little bit and could come back into the blue line. They work in tandem. I'm always rooting for whichever one's trying to go up. Except for when I'm trying to make a purchase. Then I'm rooting for the one that wants to go down. Oh, that is beautiful thing. This is the part that kills me. It gets like it's making progress, and then it starts thinking about it. It's a kind of a critical moment here. We'll see what happens. Could make a climb, continue making the climb, or it could make a turn for the worst. But again, it's not that if it drops. If it goes far enough down, you just buy more. Don't you want to know? Questions, comments, leave it in the chat. Unfortunately, or fortunately for you, I had to come over here for your entertainment because TikTok didn't like me sharing information about how I was doing my trading and what information I was giving. So they were wrong, though. There was nothing fraudulent about the information because I was reading it out of Google, regurgitating information, not only from Google, but actual factual, I can prove it information. So unfortunately, just one of those things you got to deal with. I'll go back to broadcasting on TikTok in 3 days, but I will also continue broadcasting on YouTube so that you can see what's going on. I'm trying to get some Streamlabs set up. A friend of mine's helping me get back into the broadcasting, content creation, activism, and all that because I'm finally getting some things squared away. And I wanted to share with you what I did to turn my life around and how to continue to make my life better so that, well, I can be happy. I like being happy. Who doesn't like being happy? It's weird because for those of you watching the recording of this, I'll get viewers that'll come in and it jumps up 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or there's 1 minute there's viewers there and I'm talking to people, and then the next minute there's nobody there. So I don't know. And maybe they're not staying in long enough to understand what I'm doing here and how it could help them, but their loss, your gain. Well, this is interesting. We got the SMA, the blue line, trying desperately to go up, and the EMA is just kicking the blue line's ass. It's pulling it down, dropping the price, going lower and lower. I think somebody's fighting it. Naturally Bitcoin wants to go up. People are buying it. And for every time, again, people are selling it, I'm buying it. So we'll see what happens here. We got some heavy pulling going on here. This is when I started yelling, bullshit. God damn it, this is bullshit. But we're just going to have to deal with it. And you see all this flashing on the screen going on and this weird angle being created by the red line pulling down on the blue line, forcing a downward trajectory now. This could suck, folks. The red line is kicking the shit out of the blue line. If you don't know what the SMA or the EMA is, the SMA is that blue line and the EMA is that red line. I had to go and Google it when I first started doing this so that I knew what things were. And you're going to have to go Google it this time because I'm tired of telling people. But they are prediction lines, and they help you predict where the market's going to go now in the recent or the near future, the recent past and the near future, and also reading the graphs help you predict long-term investments. And that's why you read graphs, so you can make strategic, wise investments. And all I'm doing here is sharing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and where I got the information from. 100% factual. I got no reason to lie. And this, real quick, this bibbity bop that we have here and this swoopy. Well, first, You got your EMA trying to pull the SMA down, the red line pulling the blue line down. Now the blue line has been trying to go up. That's your long-term prediction. Now the red line has your short-term predictions. The EMA has turned upwards. So you're going to get these really weird curves going on when you got these. This is due to people bidding either high or low, and then somebody else buying those bids or rejecting them. And so you get a lot of action going on, especially in times like now where people are like, oh my God, sell Bitcoin, it's falling. Yeah, sure, sell it. I'll buy it. When the SMA and the EMA cross, that's another point to notice is when they cross each other, you get a lot of wanky. If they're paired up and pointing the same direction, you'll get a nice travel line from here to there all day long. So when I'm observing the graph actively, I'm observing the ends of the SMA and the EMA because, back here it shows me where they've been, but here it's actively tracking where it's going to go. So that helps me predict my investments and either push or pull my money from places. And that way I keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it goes. Bloop. It's the end of that. So what was it? 309. Beijing, Tokyo waking up. Interesting. I do want to thank all the viewers for jumping in. Those of you that made comments and taking the time to watch the show, I really appreciate it. We're coming up on an hour. I'm thinking I'm going to archive this and maybe start another one here in a little bit. I'm going to go get something to eat, get a little sunshine on my face. And I hope everybody is as fortunate as I am. Hopefully this thing will start climbing at some point. And if not, if it drops, buy more. We'll give it about 6 more minutes. I'll call this a 1-hour show. Wow, look at that graph. That's a lot of sales and not a lot of purchases. This is one of the things that can affect your price point, and as you can see, is affecting the price point. It's more or less staying the same right now, but if we expand this out to a larger view, you can see with all these hoop-de-doos, your percentages get added in for the block that you have. Let's go to the 3 hours. Let's turn this down. That's a lot of purchases. Purchases. All right, let's drop this back down to the 1 hour. This is my favorite view. I get it. I can get a good idea of where I'm coming from, where I'm going. You get into the 10-minute, and it gets a little too close to see what's going on. Right, let me get rid of this. Another thing you can do with the graph, it helps you see the graph lines, is you can switch it to the light background, and it helps, at least it helps me be able to see the SMA, because it's dark and you get that dark blue on the black background. You can't tell if it's going up or down, and especially when I look at, oops, let me go to a wider view, like, you know, that right there is difficult, especially when they're lying on top of each other. So that's 12 hours coming in, and our exit stage right here at a low angle. It's a slope. The lower the angle, obviously, the less the climb, less trading going on, but at least it's climbing. So let's take a quick look at our 30 days, and let's change the map back. See, and the 30 days right here, the SMA and the EMA are both pointed at a pretty considerable, I'm going to call that over 45 degrees pointed down. So until the map moves along a little farther and I can see if there's any kind of deviation, crisscross, accentuation of the lines, I'm not going to be able to give much of an analysis for farther out. However, in the near future, after lots of big drops, I mean, it's been dropping since, what was that, May 23rd, we've had a drop. And then it came over, you can't see the whole map, but came over and it dropped. And then it came over a little farther and it dropped. And then it came back up and over and it dropped. And then it dropped. It came back over and then it dropped. So at some point it will stop dropping. People will stop selling. And for those of you out there that are selling, thank you, because every time you sell yours, I buy yours. I'll pick up the crumbs. And when this thing starts going back up, I'm gonna have a lot of crumbs. I'm gonna make me some bread. We're gonna have a pizza. I'm gonna have so much pizza, I'm gonna bring you over to my house. We're gonna feed you your bread. So I'm gonna switch this back because the bright really doesn't do it for my eyes, and it's only just there for. All right, turn it like that so you can I can do the demonstration. Bringing it back home, making it real. The 1 hour map. Again, I like looking at this map because it shows a considerable amount of detail being up close, and where the SMA and the EMA are projected to go, which will in fact affect your price point. Duh. Yeah, and I keep telling people go ahead and sell it, and they keep selling it. I'll keep buying it. Shave off another 5,000 points, man. I'll buy some more for sure. And if any of you out there are thinking of taking the advice that I'm giving and blaming me for it, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You do with the information what you want. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're coming up on 1 hour. I am going to take a break, but I will be back. Make sure you like the channel, give it a follow or whatever. I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, and whatever. We will see you next time. Probably about an hour. Good luck and happy hunting.